We left from Cleveland on our way back east and would be going past Pittsburgh, so we thought it'd be fun to spend the day there and explore the city. The ride was a little more than 2 hours, and while we were getting there in the evening, we wanted to get out and explore what we could despite finishing up a full day in Cleveland. There's quite a bit of activity in the city center since the Pittsburgh Pirates were playing the Cleveland Guardians, and we were unfortunate enough to get caught up in a lot of foot traffic. But we ended up in the right area, the Cultural District. This area was hopping with people, and the energy was palpable in the air. The Cultural District features art galleries, theaters, it's home to the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, and of course endless restaurants. But we finally settled on pizza. We found a place called Proper Brick Oven and Tap Room, which seemed to work because it was a sit-down pizzeria / restaurant and not a carry-out with a few tables. The restaurant appeared to be in a large building, but the inside featured a narrow seating area in a dimly lit room, which for older guys like myself makes reading the menu a challenge. But the pizza was okay, if not expensive in my opinion. I did a more thorough review you can find as a short format video on my channel. After a good night's sleep, we got up once more and started driving. Our first stop was Duquesne University, which we came upon accidentally. This is a 4-year Catholic institution nestled in the heart of the city with an on-campus population of about 5,300 students. I learned that, like James Madison University, Duquesne University also uses the Dukes as their nickname, and they lay claim to the title as the older of the two. Then there is Rowan College of South New Jersey, but none of the 3 colleges have a Duke mascot, whatever that might have looked like. By the way, with an 87% acceptance rate in 2025, you have a good chance of meeting Duquesne's academic requirements if you so choose to attend. Next stop was the Strip District, and I was on the hunt for the best pierogi in Pittsburgh. We made our way to S&D Polish Deli. Forgive me if that's not the correct pronunciation. Unfortunately, they were closed on the day we were there. So we hopped back in the car and drove around aimlessly for a few blocks until we came upon the original location of Pittsburgh's iconic Primanti Brothers. Established in 1933, Joe Primanti started his operation from a food cart during the Great Depression, and today they have over 40 locations across the Mid-Atlantic region and Ohio. This dimly lit room with its wood paneling and brick facades has all the attractiveness of a mid-century diner. There's greasy meats and cheeses cooking on the grill where piles of French fries wait patiently to become the garnish on overstuffed sandwiches. A long mural of individuals caught in their cartoon likenesses pays tribute to people who have had a lasting connection to Pittsburgh. We ordered the 3 most popular sandwiches at the restaurant, starting with the Reuben on marbled rye. This sandwich features a half a pound of corned beef, pastrami, Swiss cheese, Parmesan horseradish mayo, and grilled slaw, topped with French fries. This was the best of the 3 we ordered, with a buttery crispiness to the bread and juicy tender meat the whole way through. The Pittsburgher and cheese features a seasoned patty topped with French fries on thick slices of Italian bread, while the pastrami comes with cheese, fries, slaw, and tomato on Italian bread. Stick with the Reuben if you want the best sandwich Primanti's has to offer. Check this review out as a short format video on my channel. Whatever your opinion, Primanti's is a stop you should put on your Pittsburgh bucket list, if only because of its historic status in the community. After our bellies were full, we wanted to capture a bird's eye view of the city, and there's no better place to do it than on Grandview Avenue in Mount Washington. Here there are multiple observation pads floating over the large hills that sweep down into the city below. These areas create stunning views of the city along the Monongahela, Ohio, and Allegheny rivers. Krista, however, opted for her stunning views while clutching a lamppost, and despite Sam's best efforts to pry her from her safe area, he was not able to break her of her fear of heights. From there, we ventured southeast to the Monongahela Incline. This is the oldest funicular in the United States in a city that used to have over a dozen in operation. Today, only this incline and the Duquesne Incline remain in service in the city. The original idea behind the funiculars was to bring coal from the hills to the city below, and so cable cars worked on a pulley system, later converting to steam until eventually in 1935 the system moved to electricity. The Monongahela Incline rises up nearly 400 feet, and each passenger car, which holds 23 passengers, moves at a speed of 6 miles per hour. The scenic view is one of grandeur, looking over the Monongahela River below and the Smithfield Street Bridge. Speaking of the Smithfield Street Bridge, we decided to walk across that bridge, once level with the city. This piece of architectural and engineering history was completed in 1846 by the same guy who designed the Brooklyn Bridge. However, it proved inadequate as traffic was increasing, and so the bridge was redesigned by Gustav Lindenthal on top of stone masonry piers left behind. It's currently one of the oldest steel bridges in the United States, the total length of which is 1,184 feet. But before we headed back home, I wanted to stop at one of my favorite breweries. While this is not home base for Southern Tier, it is arguably their most popular tap room, howbeit it was the first satellite brew pub for the company that makes some of the most creative beers in the industry, at least in my opinion. Their Pumpkin Imperial Ale and Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Stout are among my favorite fall beers when the weather is brisk and you have a nice fire going in the backyard. With over 30 beers on tap, you could drink all day and never have them all, though I don't suggest that route. At the time of making this video, Southern Tier does not even crack the top 25 for breweries in Pittsburgh on TripAdvisor. So granted, I must be out of touch with breweries these days, but I have room in my heart for old favorites. Thanks for traveling with Trey. Stay with me for more destinations, more recommendations, and more reviews. Subscribe to my channel, drop a comment, and like this video. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time.